Here I come.
Oh.
Here I come.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I also want to say this. I'm very, very disappointed in Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar has allowed the industry to use him as a puppet.
Fuck that nigga.
Kendrick Lamar used to be a good rapper, bro. Okay, he
Yeah.
still is a good rapper, but he had this realness thing which is lost. Bro, if you're not smart enough to see that Kendrick is being used as a puppet, I'll make an example, dog. He wins 5 Grammys. Immediately from winning 5 Grammys, he gets the Super Bowl. Do you realize they're rubbing it in Drake's face? They're just using Kendrick as a puppet.
Yes.
And I'm saying for him to allow that, I just lost a lot of respect because Kendrick used to be this non-industry person who's all about quality.
Yeah.
But now, bro,
finished
did
now.
you see how terrible the Super Bowl show was?
It was.
They intentionally showed people that were speaking about that the stadium was quiet. So
They use sound effects.
They use sound effects, and they were showing the people that were dancing.
A minor part, they use sound effects, bro.
No, but the minor part.
No, it was sound
That's the
effects,
part.
bro.
No, listen.
Sound effects,
No,
bro.
everyone.
No,
Yes,
sound
there's
effects,
people-
bro. Kaiser Nat
Listen.
was there, nigga.
Tell me I did not just see that.
So Open Chats podcast yesterday dropped a new episode in the podcast, and they had a lot to say about Kendrick Lamar. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of nonsense mixed with a couple points that actually deserve a discussion. They claim that Kendrick is a puppet used by the industry to put down Drake. They called his Super Bowl performance underwhelming, and they even pushed the tired take that Kendrick has lost his quote-unquote realness. But yeah, I'm not gonna let this shit slide, because it really annoyed me when I was like looking at this and I'm like, what's going on here? So today I'm gonna break it all down, the truth, the misinterpretations, and mostly why Kendrick actually deserves the position that he's currently in. Okay, let's tackle the biggest and boldest claim first. The claim is the industry is using Kendrick to diminish Drake. Now here's the thing, there is some truth to that. The music industry plays chess, not checkers, and when you see one artist being elevated over another, there's often an agenda at play. The Grammy committee does favor Kendrick over Drake when it comes to critical recognition. The Super Bowl lineup did position Kendrick as the face of hip-hop on the stage. So yeah, if you want to say the industry is using Kendrick as a counterbalance to Drake, you're not entirely wrong. But here's where the argument falls apart. Kendrick didn't get here by accident. The industry isn't handing Kendrick's success on a silver platter. He earned his place through consistency, artistic risk-taking, and cultural impact. This isn't some random industry plan situation. Kendrick built his legacy brick by brick, from Section 80 to Damn to Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, and now GNX. You can argue that the industry is positioning him against Drake, but you can't argue that Kendrick doesn't deserve his position. Because if you remove the industry politics, all the marketing strategies, who's the better artist objectively? It's still Kendrick. So no, he's not some puppet dancing for executives. He's a generational talent who happens to be aligned with industry moves right now. That's a case of selective memory. They claim Kendrick used to be real, but now he's lost it, and I want to know what changed exactly. Because if you follow his discography, you'd know he's been on the same trajectory since day one. The themes of self-reflection, trauma, racial identity, and societal critique, they have been present from Section 80 to Mr. Morale. What really happened is that Kendrick's artistry evolved and some people didn't keep up with it. A lot of people only liked Kendrick when he was rapping over aggressive beats, when his music felt like a moment instead of a message. But when he started confronting uncomfortable truths, when he started making music that forced people to look inward, that's when they claimed he changed. And let's be real, if Kendrick was still rapping about the same street struggles from Cooking Mad City, you'd be calling him one-dimensional. But because he's evolved, now suddenly he ain't it. Nah, the real issue is that his music outgrew certain listeners, and that's not a Kendrick problem, that's a you problem. The claim that Kendrick's Super Bowl performance was silent, that people weren't engaged, and that the stadium was dead. Now let's set the record straight. Yes, Kendrick's music doesn't generate the same crowd hype as a club anthem would, but let's not act like his Super Bowl performance wasn't one of the most visually and thematically powerful sets ever. The idea is that they use sound effects to boost the crowd noise. And like, come on now, if that was true, why would they only add sound effects to one part of his set? Wouldn't they have boosted the whole performance? The truth is, Kendrick's music isn't designed for some instant crowd reaction as a pop or trap anthem. His music is made to be experienced, not only just jumped into. And if the only part of the audience loudly responded to was not like us and humble, that says more about the audience than it does about Kendrick. The real reason that, first things first, let's acknowledge something. Drake is an incredible artist. No one's taking that away from him. He's the most successful rapper commercially. He has more chart-topping hits than anyone in the genre, and his cultural impact is undeniable. But let's stop pretending that success equals artistic greatness. Because while Drake does make music for now, Kendrick makes music forever. Drake is a master at reinvention, but Kendrick is a master at introspection. Drake makes you vibe, Kendrick makes you think. Drake is quantity, Kendrick is quality. And which holds more weight? If we're talking about cultural longevity, Damn and To Pimp a Butterfly, and even Master Morale will be studied in classrooms from now. But can we say the same for All the Dogs, Hair Loss, Honestly Nevermind, Certified Lover Boy? No. Drake thrives on what's trending, Kendrick creates the trends, and that's why, even though the industry might use Kendrick in their pop plays, they wouldn't be able to if he wasn't great. Yes, the industry does position Kendrick against Drake, but that does not mean Kendrick didn't earn his success. And no, he hasn't lost his realness. His music just evolved beyond the surface level hype. And no, the Super Bowl wasn't silent. That's just a misleading narrative. And finally, Drake may dominate the charts, but Kendrick dominates the art form. And at the end of the day, Drake makes music for the masses, but Kendrick makes music for the culture. So if you prefer Drake, cool. But don't ever try to argue that he's better than Kendrick Lamar, because history will say otherwise. And that's it, I just also want to say that shout out to Open Shots Podcast. If you're watching this and you don't know them, they're a very funny South African podcast. Incredibly funny. I'm a huge fan. Been following y'all since 60k, 40k, and I'm a huge fan. I just disagree on a couple of things, so I thought I should share my opinion out there. And if you're watching this, I'm grateful that you watched it this far, and I'm yapping at this point. What else do I want to say? Like the video, subscribe, comment down what's your opinion. If you're not on a video that isn't on YouTube to be made about music industry topics, comment down below, and if I feel intrigued or inspired enough to make it, I'll make it. And man, I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.